You can generate $1 million in sales and still have only a few $1,000 available in the bank. Why? Because if your receivables are delayed or your expenses are ballooned or your profit margins are razor thin, then revenue will quickly continue to disappear. You see, high revenue creates the illusion of financial strength, but cash flow reveals the truth. And until you start managing and forecasting your actual cash movement, you will continue to feel financially unstable regardless of how much revenue your company is generating. As a seven-figure business, you may have revenue coming in, but do you feel broke behind the scenes? Like, for example, you're constantly checking your bank account, wondering what is going on. Or your cash flow feels so unpredictable. And often you, as a CEO, you're the last to get paid. And so, despite hitting high revenue levels, you still hesitate before making big decisions because you have a deep feeling of uncertainty. Sounds familiar? If so, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not doing anything wrong. But something is definitely missing. And in this episode, I will uncover why many seven-figure CEOs feel financially stuck at the top and how to finally break through. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Say Yes to Profits podcast, the show for seven-figure plus service-based minority women CEOs who are ready to master their finances, multiply their cash flow, minimize their taxes, and confidently say yes to profits without stress, struggle, or sleepless nights. I am your host, Dr. Octavia Conner, your future virtual CFO, tax strategist, and the founder of Say Yes to Profits. Here at Say Yes to Profits, we are a premier CFO firm that helps you increase profitability and cash flow by $100,000 or more while cutting your tax liability in half within the first 12 months of working with us using our proprietary Say Yes to Profits framework. If you are ready to say yes to profits, then you are in the right place. Okay, so I have a story for you. A few years ago, a new client came to us. She was a CEO of a thriving branding company generating a little bit over 1.7 million in annual revenue. Now, from the outside, she looked successful, and she was, and she still is. Like, she's appeared on several large speaking platforms. She's been in interviews. She's been on major publication features. She has some very well-known clients, right? She is generating seven figures on the cuffs of multi seven figures. So, needless to say, she is absolutely successful. I am so beyond proud of her, right? But when she came to us in the height of her seven-figure success, she was experiencing some very challenging money issues behind the scene. You see, she was and still is beyond a seven-figure business owner, but she felt broke. See, no matter what it looked like on the outside, on the inside of her business, she was stressed, she was overwhelmed, and she felt broke despite earning seven figures. And so during our discovery session, she mentioned, I feel like my business is growing, but my bank account never reflects that growth, and I can't understand where the money is going. And maybe you have that same question. Now, this client was not mismanaging her business or her funds. She simply did not have the financial visibility or structure to translate seven figures in revenue to profitability and cash flow. And so the more her revenue increased, the more her expenses increased. Like, she wasn't clear on her cash drivers and how to correctly leverage them and therefore money seems to disappear before she can really get a firm grip on it. Does that sound familiar to you? That's exactly what we're going to unpack today. I'm going to give you a few reasons why you may feel broke despite earning seven figures plus in revenue. Now, before we begin, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and share this episode with your CEO friends and colleagues. Okay, so first things first, you're more than likely leading from revenue and not cash. So what I need you to understand is that revenue is not cash. Let me say that again. Revenue is not cash. You can generate $1 million in sales and still have only a few $1,000 available in the bank. Why? Because if your receivables are delayed or your expenses are balloon or your profit margins are razor thin, then revenue will quickly continue to disappear. You see, high revenue creates the illusion of financial strength, but cash flow reveals the truth. And until you start managing and forecasting your actual cash movement, you will continue to feel financially unstable regardless of how much revenue your company is generating. So the solution is to implement a rolling 12-week cash flow forecast. All right. This is a forward looking tool that projects your weekly inflow and outflow for the next 90 days. Okay. It allows you to anticipate cash shortages, identify timing gaps between revenue and expenses, and make proactive financial decisions before a crisis occur. You see, you should always know your incoming and outgoing cash at least 3 months in advance. This level of foresight does not just improve cash control, it empowers you to lead strategically and reduce financial stress and operate your business with confidence and clarity. Okay. Now, you can learn how to create a 12-week cash flow forecast in our free cash flow confidence kit. This kit includes a customizable cash flow forecast template, a step-by-step video walking you through it, a weekly review checklist to help you stay ahead of your numbers, and so much more. Now you can download that cash flow confidence toolkit at sayyesToprofits.com/cash flow kit or click the link in the description. Okay, so that was the first reason why seven-figure CEOs often still feel broke. The second reason is due to the spin to grow trap. Here's the thing. Most seven-figure business owners are stuck in the spin to grow trap. You see, most business owners believe that scaling requires consistently increasing expenses and more tools and more team members and more marketing and more money going out of the business. And that is not always the case. Listen, yes, strategic investments are essential for growth, but spending without clarity and control and a defined return on the investment, ROI, will quickly erode your profit margins. Okay. What often happens is that expenses scale faster than revenue, like you hire prematurely, you overcommit to tools and subscriptions, you invest in visibility that is not tied to conversions. And before you know it, you are growing your top line revenue, but you're shrinking your bottom line profits and you're creating financial strain on your cash flow. Now, the solution with this is to shift to intentional profitability. This is like one of my favorite strategies, intentional profitability. I wish I could say I created it, but not necessarily. I just put them both together and I use them in the way that helps our clients add $100,000 plus within 12 months to their cash flow and profitability. So, what is intentional profitability? So, intentional profitability means adopting a result first mindset for every financial decisions. So every dollar that leaves your business should be directly connected to a measurable result. Okay. If it does not generate revenue, reduce risk, enhance efficiency, or improve client delivery, it is not an investment. It is an unnecessary expense. Hear me clearly. So, I want you to start measuring the ROI of every department, every project, every person, and every expense category. Okay? Listen, CEOs, when you lead with profit intentions, growth becomes sustainable, predictable, and not stressful. That's good. Speaking of predictable profits, are you paying yourself consistently from your business, or are you, as a CEO, taking whatever is left over? I bet I know your answer. Okay, so this is another reason why seven figure CEOs often feel broke, because they are underpaying themselves. You see, many seven figure CEOs pay their team, invest in their contractors, and fund their business operation. But yet, as a CEO, you take your pay last, leaving you with inconsistent and inefficient money going towards the personal matters of your life. Does that sound familiar? Let me know in the comments. Now, I know you may justify it by saying, I am reinvesting in my business. However, consistently underpaying yourself is not a form of reinvestment. It is actually a huge financial red flag. Okay, so listen, this money management pattern is not sustainable. You see, as the visionary, as the leader of your company, you carry the risk, you make the key decisions, and you drive the business forward. Therefore, your compensation should reflect that value. When your business can generate seven figures plus, cover all of its expenses, and pay you a reasonable salary, and say yes to profits, then and only then are you operating a thriving company. Then and only then, again, are you operating a thriving company. If you're not paying yourself a CEO salary consistently, one that allows you to live comfortably because your business cannot afford it, you need to go back to the table and figure out why. Because you've already hit seven figures, and so your salary should be within the seven figures that you hit as a part of, more than likely, a tax deduction expense. Now, that's a whole nother episode for another day, but the bottom line is you should be receiving a salary as the CEO of the company, and it should be consistent, and it should reflect the immense amount of value that you bring to the table. I often tell my clients this: you are the hardest working person in your business, so why are you not paid for it? If the business cannot do it, it's time to reevaluate and figure out what needs to happen so that you receive a paycheck. Period. Okay, so I'm going to stop fussing and give you a solution. So, my solution for you is to build your CEO salary into your budget as a non negotiable line item. Okay, treat it just like you would the payroll for your team or the rent for your office. All right, when you prioritize paying yourself consistently and correctly, you reinforce a culture of profitability and you protect your personal financial well-being in the process. Now, to accomplish this seamlessly, however, you must have a financial operating system in place that works like a well-oiled machine. This brings me to the fourth reason seven-figure CEOs often feel broke, which is they have not taken the time to implement a financial operating system. Okay, if your financial management consists of looking at QuickBooks once a month and maybe your bank account every other day when you need to spend money. And if it also includes hoping that there is enough cash there to cover payroll or any other upcoming expense, you're not leading your business. You are reacting to whatever happens in your business. Without a structured system for managing cash and projecting profit performance and reviewing your key performing metrics and making informed decisions on a weekly basis, you will always feel like you are financially behind and blind as a CEO. You see, this lack of a system leads to guesswork and delayed decisions and missed opportunities, right? The solution, however, is that you need a profit performance watchtower. This is your centralized financial control and command center. It provides clear visibility on your cash position, your profitability drivers, your financial trends. It provides clear visibility on these things at a glance. It gives you the ultimate financial pulse on your business. Like you keep the ultimate financial pulse on your business. You see, a profit performance watchtower allows you to anticipate challenges and track performance in real time and make strategic decisions with confidence. Okay. Here at Say Yes to Profits, our CFO clients use their profit performance watchtower to eliminate confusion and reduce stress and operate with the ultimate financial clarity, control, and confidence. It's not something that we just say. We implement this for our CFO clients and we stay on them to review their profit performance watchtower, if not every day, at least once a week on Financial Fridays or Money Making Mondays or Terrific Dollar Tuesdays. I just made that up. But we encourage them to review their financials at least once a week at a minimum by looking at their profit performance watchtower, which is this custom dashboard that we've created for their business. With their profit performance watchtower, they can see their full financial picture clearly and consistently, right? This empowers them to stop reacting and start leading with power that leads to profits, okay? If that kind of structure and visibility sounds like what your business need, we've actually made this available as a subscription inside of our profit performance portal. Like, it is the same system we use for our seven-figure CFO clients, but we now offer it as a standalone resource to help CEOs lead with clarity, control, and confidence. Inside of your watchtower, you can get access to your personalized cash flow watchtower, custom financial visibility dashboard, and the ability to monitor profitability in real time and prevent cash flow crises before they even have a chance to start. Okay. If you want something like this, you can learn more and gain access today by going to sayyestопроfits.com/portal. Okay. Okay, so now I want to pause here and ask you to take a deep breath and reflect on everything that we've discussed today for our profit check yourself moment. All right. And listen, the first step towards real financial power is awareness. So I want you to be honest with yourself and I want you to take a moment and I want you to again take a deep breath and ask yourself these questions. Are you consistently generating seven figures or even high six figures in revenue, but still feel unsure of where the money is actually going? Okay. Do you have a clear view of your cash flow 30, 60, or even 90 days out? Or are you just checking your bank account every day on a whim? Are you intentionally building profit into your business model or hoping that there is something left over at the end of each month? And finally, are you truly paying yourself like the awesome CEO that you are? Or are you just taking the scraps from the business after everybody else has been paid? Here's the thing. If any of these answers gave you pause or made you feel uneasy, this is your signal. and is not a signal to panic. It is a signal to pivot. You see, these questions are not meant to shame you. That's not what I'm here for. They are meant to guide you, to help you move from financial stress to strategic control and confidence. And if you're ready to stop operating in survival mode and start leading with that same clarity, control, and confidence, I encourage you to act right now before it is too late. Why? Because the longer you wait, the more you risk staying stuck in the 7-figure profit trap. Okay, so now let's bring all of this together. If you are generating 7 figures but still feel financially stuck, you are not alone and you are not failing. But staying in that place, that is a choice. And so today, we've unpacked the real reasons 7-figure plus CEOs feel broke at the top. Number 1, you are leading from revenue and not cash flow. Number 2, you are spending to grow without a clear ROI. Number 3, you are underpaying yourself as a CEO. And number 4, you are missing a financial operating system that puts you in the ultimate control. And here's the truth. None of those are unable to be solved. All of them have solutions, okay? But they start with gaining visibility, control, and strategy over your numbers. And so your next steps are, number 1, download the free cash flow confidence kit at sayyestoprofits.com/cashflow kit. Okay. Inside of it, you will find everything you need. The exact tools, system, processes to go from confusion to clarity. All right. Then once you download that kit, number 2, if you know that you're ready for the guidance, the leadership, the insight, the foresight to have someone that can take a non-emotional look at your business and your numbers and tell you exactly what to do to identify the gaps and to close them and to make your next strategic best financial move, oh, we need to talk. I want you to schedule your discovery session today by going to sayyestoprofits.com/session. Okay. You absolutely deserve more than revenue. You deserve to easily say yes to profits. And my team and I, we're here to help you do just that and more. So schedule your discovery session today by going to sayyestoprofits.com/session and implement every solution that I provided you on this episode. Okay? Yes, yes, yes? All right. This is Dr. Octavia Conner, and until next time, say yes to profits. Toodles! Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Say Yes to Profits podcast. Now it is time for you to make money moves. Take action based on what you learn. Now, see you on the next episode. Say yes to profits. Toodles.